welcome along and welcome back to our Seasons from Scratch series here on Felsbrunn. We are heading up to field 26 where our combine is waiting. That is because we have our last field of soybeans to harvest today. So that is what we're going to be concentrating on at the moment. We do have our contract still running at the top up on field 12. So that is ongoing. The likelihood is that is still going to be ongoing at the end of this. And so we will likely pick that up ourselves next time. But I want to get this this field of soybeans here, our field of soybeans, sorted and harvested first. So yeah, that is where we are starting right now. So our combine is here, absolutely perfect, and yeah, we are going to get these harvested and get these into our store so that we can get this combine returned. Because as you can see, we are in the negative. Well, we're in the negative to the tune of 6,000, so we want to clear that off. There we go. We've set our first point, and it's going to be one of those ones where we're just going up and down the field for this. Now, we are having some issues, and the reason why we're going to have to take over the potatoes is we're having some issues with the truck and the harvester. They seem to get confused with each other. It ends up causing the truck to reverse into the wrong place, and cause all sorts of issues. So yeah, hopefully that's going to sort itself out, but if it doesn't, then we'll have to step in. Now, this field here is... Oh no, that is a fresh crop, so we need to kind of try and stay out of that. That isn't our field, but that would be a good place for us to extend onto. So, let's check our width on this. If we auto width it, it's not good. We actually want to take it down to about 19. So, let's... Yeah, there we go. So down, and then let's turn on the lines just to check these. Yeah, slightly in the wrong place, and away we go. That should do it. We might, yeah, that should be okay. So we'll go with that there, and we'll get the lines off. We've not got snap train angle on, so we may be slightly off course, but actually not too bad, only about half a degree off course, so that's all good. We are having an issue, so let's go and have a look at where our issue is. And yeah, these two have just got into a massive problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on our harvester. We're not going to run this, we're only going to run this as a transport driving thing. And this, we're just going to get to go. So, start it up. There we go. We might as well empty this tank while we're up here. So yeah, keeping these two running is going to be the trick. Back right off this, I think. Right, why this helper is sitting like that, I don't know. But let's... It has to have all sorts of issues there. But that is sorted out. Cruise control. Let's get our truck and get this emptied. Yeah, this truck and this harvester do not go so well together. It causes a bit of friction between the two of them. There we are, full grain tank, so we'll just empty that there. There we go. And head back to our combine. We're still on GPS course, and away we go. So we're getting about... Looks like we're getting about 7% per run off this field. Now the interesting thing about that, of course, is that it's likely that we're going to end up with a full tank, maybe one or two full tanks only off this field, which is not a great amount really. There we go, in the crop. So yeah, it's a small bit concerning, unfortunately. But we do already have a whole load of soybeans off the other field, and we can of course not sell these until the spring, the summer actually of next year. So yeah, it's not great with how much we're going to get off here, but we should still be okay, and we are going to continue to do plenty of contracts and continue to try and make as much that way as possible. We're halfway through the field at this point, and we've only got 56% of our tank full. So this is not going to be a massively high yielding field. We've got we're going to have about maybe 9,000 litres off. 9,000 litres off it, which is not a huge amount. Added with our other field, of course, it should produce a good amount. But yeah, it's got to offset the costs that we have of this. And at the moment, it's not really, which is intriguing to me. I'm still very much not sure about this whole method of hiring the combine during harvest. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, but I think the proof is going to be in the pudding. The proof is going to be how much money do we end up making from our harvest. Does it cancel out how much we've ended up spending on the combine? And if not, the thing that we would want to do is probably still get the cheapest combine we can, or try and bunch our harvests as close together as possible. Just because, while it's still technically overall going to be cheaper than buying the harvester outright, I do find myself wondering, if I have the money, if I am able to borrow the money to buy the harvester, am I better off doing that rather than leasing it? The cost per day, am I better off just borrowing a whack of money, 100,000 or so, getting a harvester, keeping it for the harvest and selling it at the end of the harvest? I think our cost would be lower in so far as the cost for the loan amount, for the amount of money, and I think our cost for usage would be lower as well, and we could use it for everything as well, all of our hired, all of our contracts as well, so we'd make money that way as well. I think if you can borrow the harvester, or if you can borrow the money to buy the harvester for the duration of the harvest, that might be the way to go. It does of course depend on you being able to borrow that money, of not having got yourself to the point where you are you've borrowed all the money you can. So there is that. I think we can still borrow money on this map, and so that might have been a better way to go. But maybe that's something to test next time we do this kind of thing, and see where we go from there. So our combine is full. We need to head down here and get it emptied. So yeah, a little bit earlier than I had expected. We still have maybe about a quarter of the field left, which is good. Really good for us. That I had expected it to be a lot worse. As you can see, the issue with the GPS and conflicting with the enhanced vehicle, that cropped up again. So we did lose a little bit of crop to that, unfortunately. Trying to stop that was yeah, it's weird. Basically it just sets it so that although you try and stop, it just keeps driving, and it's a bit of an annoyance, that, but it's one of those things, if you keep an eye on it, you're all right. Otherwise you just create a whole mess in your crop. But 8,600 with 4 or 5 rows to go. We may get 10,000 litres of soybeans off here. That would be stupendous. That would be amazing. We only need to get 1,400 litres off of here in order to do that. Our potato harvester is full again. Unfortunately, our trailer is currently heading to tip. So that is not possible to sort that at the moment. But yeah, I don't know why the Phoenix is doing what it's doing at the moment, but we'll go and check that in a minute. For now, though, this is continuing on and working well. Hopefully, we're going to hit that mark and get another 1,400 litres. Coming up to the end of the second to last row, and the good news is, yes, we have smashed through that 1,400 litre target that we had. We have got, as it's coming up to, 2,300 litres, which is absolutely fantastic. In fact, that means that we're going to have at least 11,000 litres. We're going to have more than 11,000 litres. But, yeah, as we go through the 2,400 litres on here, like that, there we go. We're doing brilliantly. I'm really, really pleased, actually. From what I thought was going to be a low yield crop, we're actually heading for a decent amount off here. Sort of 11,500 litres I think we're going to end up with off here. We'll check that when we have tipped it into our truck. We also have 0.7 of an hour left with our combine before it starts costing us again, or before it costs us again. Now, I have an open contract for this, and it's taken, this field here has taken us 0.3. I think we could conceivably get the other field done. So we're going to take this over. We're going to try and get this contract done. If it gets a bit close, if we look like we're going to end up costing for another hour, what we will have to do is try and get it sorted. But we're going to sort of... I'm not going to fiddle about with getting the header off or anything. We're going to try and navigate our way there across the edges of fields, which we should be able to do. Just sort of crossing the road when we need to. Like so. Yes, we are driving over other farmers' land, but this is a little bit of a necessity. There goes our agri truck heading back. So we'll be able to sort out our potatoes in a minute as well. Again, yeah, off the side here. There's a bit of a traffic jam up there, so we'll have to go and sort that in a moment. But yeah, we can navigate our way to this from here. 3 in the afternoon. I don't know why there's such a traffic jam there. Traffic does tend to do that from time to time, though. And here we are up at field 23. So, this runs east-west, this field. I'm hoping that by setting a hired worker here on this canola, we can set this off. We've got 0.6 of an hour left before we get charged. So we'll leave that going. We're going to pop over here. We're going to stop that driver because for some reason... yeah. We need to activate that. But we are going to empty... Why is that? That is not tipped. That is very annoying. Okay, we're going to have to sort out these potatoes later. That is a bit of a mess. This, though, needs to go and be tipped back in our yard. So we're 8.5 hours on this HGZ so far, which is quite an impressive level, I think. There we go. And away we go. Our total off that field is 11,182 litres. So not quite the 11,500 litres I thought it might be, but certainly a decent amount off a smallish field like field 26. Quite happy with that. And we'll add that to our existing number of soybeans as well. So that will be really good. That's gonna give us a very, very nice amount of soybeans to sell next summertime. But it's, yeah, that's quite a thing. We've got 12% canola already on our Lexian, so that is doing well. I think that's reached the top of the field even. Yeah, it has. So that is having a turnaround. And then we just need to get these potatoes sorted. So it's all go here, and it's all going well. Let's get these tipped. And then we can see our total for the soybeans. Total soybeans at the moment. We've got 30,000 in there, and the price is fairly low at the moment at 1,273. So we are decent. We are in a good place. Right, we'll get this field over to the canola contract we've got on. And then I'm going to go and sort out the potatoes, and hopefully we can get this all rectified. So we're down at the port, and we are just tipping the first load of potatoes because it seemed to have a problem with doing this. 14% that's transported for that contract. It's not a huge amount, but we need to get this back to the field, get the harvester emptied. I've slowed the time down to 1 time simply because the amount of time it's taking us to get this sorted. We're beginning to get the light fading because it's autumn, and I want to get the field of canola out, to be honest. So I think what we're going to do is, because this isn't costing us anything to do, and because we know we can go into winter a bit to harvest these, so we've got a couple of days worth where we can harvest these, we're going to concentrate heavily on the potatoes for the next 2 days on this, and then that leaves us to be able to finish off the canola we've got today, and get our harvester returned, because our harvester not returning that overnight, that is going to cost us a lot of money. So we'll get this back up to the field, and then we will get back on the harvester and get that working. Or actually, that is working. Get that done and dusted on this canola that we can see just to our right now. So, we are... this is going to be close at best. We are 86% full. I'm going to turn the combine round, set it going the other way, and set it on a hired worker. We're not quite halfway through the field yet. We have used up almost half our time though. We may get enough off here to complete the contract. We may not get enough off here in order to sell the rest, unfortunately. So let's put a hired worker on. Come on. Let's turn... we need to turn the GPS off. Hired worker on. Let's get this going. Yeah, it's... This is one of those times where we're really pushing it to the limit. Where we're really trying to get the most out of this we can. And where it can very, very easily go wrong very, very quickly. So, we need to keep an eye on this. We need to make sure that we're all good. That's not good. Because it's important we keep the combine going. Oh no, it's not that it's... Yeah. This is the trouble with this combine, with this harvester. Is that because its header is thought to be or expected to be wider than it actually is, the harvester thinks it's blocked when it's not. That is a real problem for us because it means that we can't ever get the harvester to do to harvest on courseplay or a hired worker without it thinking it's getting blocked. It's a huge issue for us, not one I think we can easily fix. Right, I am going to cut in because that is something that will allow us to do this quicker. It's got a bit jagged at the top of the field here. Hopefully it'll straighten itself out quickly because that is slightly annoying. But yeah, we're 2.6 hours on the clock. We're not doing too badly. I'm concerned, but we'll see. We'll see where we are. Let's keep on with this, and we'll come back in a bit. Let's see if we can get full headlights on for all of this, and we'll see if we can actually make this work for us. So good news is we are we're over halfway through the field now, which is great. We're on 2.7 hours, which is brilliant. We're 81% full, which is also good. This will be our second tank full off here. What I'm gonna do is, rather than go all the way to Port Southeast to tip the grain trailer, what I'm gonna do is, when we get full, we'll get to 100% on this. We'll empty the grain trailer. We will then go and dump that in our own store. So we'll go and do that there. We'll then take a single trailer full to Port Southeast once we've returned the combine, and see how much that is, and then we'll be able to roughly estimate how many litres we need to go and sell, or we need to actually go and take to clear this off. So it's all a bit close on this. Now, the one thing we can't do, of course, is unload while moving, unless we do something with the unless we don't do something with follow me. So I'm going to drive this right up to the point where it's full. We'll get it unloaded. We are on 2.8 now, so it is getting really close, and actually concerning me quite a bit. But with any luck, we will be okay. And I'm just hoping that is going to be true, and that is really, my faith in this is going to work. There is quite a bit of field left, is the only big fear I have at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how we go. There we go, we're full. Let's get over to our tractor and get this unloading. The only other thing to do would be to put this on course play, but we haven't sorted out the sort of the drive-through tipping. on our thing at the moment, on our grain store at the moment. So yeah, I kind of do need to get that sorted. We might try and sort that over the winter. There we go. Now this I'm going to hire as soon as I can. Emptying it out. Come on. It's all a race against time now. Every moment counts. There we go. Hire worker. Put that in. It's got no issues. And away we go. Right, we are going to go and tip this. Hopefully we can get back before that hired worker makes a turn, because it takes forever to turn those hired workers. And we've not got to go very far to tip this. This is in. Right, get it tipped. Tips fairly quickly, which is good. And then we can get back up to the field and take over from our harvester. Whoa. We've got to wait until the trailer drops enough. There we are. And away we go. So yeah, the other thing I've got is the chickens actually need some feed. So I'm going to have to sort that at some point as well. Right, combine is on its way back. Drop down. Hopefully we're still on course. Yes, we are. Great. We got the auger in, but that's all right. We are still on 2.8. Now, the big issue is how far do we push it once that clock's over to 2.9? It is really going to be a case of, oh, seat of our pants, absolutely. We do know at that point, that at this point now, that we do not need to go and tip our tractor again. So that is absolutely brilliant. We have a fair amount of field to go. Now, 10% of an hour is about 6 minutes. So I need to keep a close eye on when that clock's over. No more than 5 minutes on the combine at that point. It is going to be tough. It is going to be close. Right, we have just ticked over to 2.9. The clock starts now. So no more than 5 minutes left on this combine. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. We have to get this out in under 5 minutes. So yeah, let's see how we do. Let's see how close we can get with this. If we have to empty, which we might not have to do, we might be alright. We should be okay. But I am just very, very wary of how long this can take now. Okay, we have hit 5 minutes. We need to empty this combine now, and I'm going to stop the combine at 30 seconds in. This is way too close. I am pushing this to the absolute edge. if I can get follow me in the right place. As soon as I can, I need to stop this combine. Oh no, we've hit it! We've gone over! No! I pushed it too far. It did cost us another 10,000. Oh no. So no, we failed. We did not manage it. Let's go tip this into our store. What a... so disappointing that. Turn this off. We will collect on our bit there. We'll return the combine. We won't have an overnight charge for that anymore. But yeah, so close. I pushed it too far. I should have just left that last little bit. It's cost us another... Well, it's cost us another 7,000, which we might make off the canola at some point. But at the moment, yeah, we're not. So yeah, one last thing I need to do today. So we'll get this tipping. We need to return the combine now that that's empty. So let's do that. Into our garage. Leased items. So annoying. Return that. We don't want the overnight charge for that. And we don't want the overnight charge for that. There we go. That is all done and dusted, so we'll leave that tractor there. And no, actually, we need to move this tractor out of the way. Because, yeah, as I said, we need to feed our chickens as the last thing today. So very, very close. Right. We've got everything in the way here. Hook this up. Hook this up. Yeah, to gamble and lose, I should have basically cut it at the end of that last row. That last row has not given us that much. Certainly not 7,000 off that last row. We've got a little bit of barley in here, but should have some of that in our thing as well. Nope. Fill it, barley. There we go. So yeah, there we are. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to pull it off. We did end up costing ourselves another load of cash. Really annoying. And yeah, we'll see exactly where that leaves us next time. We're going to have to go and tip that. We have got a nice big potato contract to compensate that should allow us to recover from this. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.